Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. A little bit of a change to the usual schedule today. My brother and wife and nephews are due around anytime and I don't have enough time to do a whip and chat before they're due. So I think I'm going to try, time willing, to do a whip and chat for tomorrow. But I do need to de-kit the space set that Megan has done. So this is the space jet set edition from PaintGem. I popped the paintings into a booklet, into the display book in yesterday's video, but I do need to de-kit the diamonds. So they are square, which means I am going to see if any can go in my Heaven and Earth design first. But before that, these are actually in a different order. So I need to get the numbers in some sort of order first so that I can actually go through and pop them away. So we've got 100s, 200s, 300s. Can I see anything else that's sort of low numbers? Then I can't see any 4s, 5s or 6s, but I can see 7s. I'll leave a gap in case I find any. So we've got 700s, 800s. So Megan kitted this one up herself. So she's done the big symbol with the DMC number underneath, and then she puts them in alphabetical order. So 800, no, that's a 900. 900s, all 900s, and then we have 3000s and over. So that's all the numbers in order, which means it will be a lot easier to pop away. So first things first, these are her extra bottles for, I think it was 310 was one of them. Yeah, 310 was one of them, and that one's a H. I'm not sure which the other one was. But that's the stickers off the extra bottles. So let's have a look if any of these can go in here. So 300 can. So this is my Heaven and Earth design box. This is anything in my Heaven and Earth design that needs over 1,000, I think. I've popped them in here so that I can make sure that I collect lots of them rather than limiting it to how many fit in my spare storage. So we've got any 317, 318, no, we've got no 400s, up to 700, 762, 779, no, 800s, 814, 823, 898, no. 902, got quite a few 900s, 938, 939, oh we have got 939, so we've got quite a few 939, it was the space set, so it's had quite a few dark colours, so we'll pop those in and take the sticker off. They're mainly, as a whole, coming off quite nicely. Then 3072, no, not got many 30s. 3799, I think we just have the 5200. Just a few left over of that one. Okay, so that is the extra step that I do, just due to the fact that I do a Heaven and Earth design project using spares. So that's that box done. I also need to do my 310s. Did I bring my bag back in here? I did. This is where I store my 310s. I did have them in just a standard grip seal bag, but it did, unfortunately, due to being thrown about, it did get a hole in it. So I've just been using this mesh bag, and I found it's not caused a problem. It tends to sit in a drawer, lay flat, and so far I haven't found that I have a load of diamonds scattered everywhere, so it must be doing what it's supposed to be doing. Okay, now on to the normal putting away. So this is my normal spares box. These are my 100s to 600s, and I have one bag per DMC colour, and that is what I limit myself to in my spares. If I end up with any more than the bag's worth, then I pop them in my giving away box that I can very, very easily reference and send on diamonds to anybody that may need them. But I try and limit myself to one each, because my squares are already in 3 boxes. I can imagine they can possibly hit 4 if I did manage to get a full bag of every colour. I can imagine they will hit 4 or 5, and that is just, I can't deal with much more storage for spares than that. I do have other Heaven and Earth design projects in my future, because I do have a canvas, a blank canvas from Heaven and Earth Design. But until I've finished my standard charts on a blank canvas, I'm not even looking at that. Okay, let's try and get these in some sort of order, just to make life a little bit easier. So there's only really a few diamonds of each colour left. There is a few more of the black and the 939, the dark blue, because of course with the space paintings there's a lot of dark colours, and there's quite a bit more of 336. But apart from that, it's just a very small amount of each that just brings those pops of colour into the original paintings. But this kit had 30 different colours, and Megan did really enjoy doing them, she said. Well, she must have done, because she's done them quicker than she's done any others, I think. It is summer holidays, so she does have more time than she normally does to do things. But she popped a little piece of dryer sheet in each bottle, because she did experience static. However, when I'm tipping these into the bags now, I'm not finding that static is an issue anymore. So it doesn't need to be a big amount of a dryer sheet when dealing with static. It can just be a small amount. I must have had that in another painting, because I've just let the dryer sheets fall in with them, because it can't do any harm, and they're not big enough to get in the way. Okay, so we have no 400s, 500s or 600s, so I'll move on to my second box. This is my 7, 8s and 9s, because of course DMC don't use every single number. So for example, the 200s, there's only a very small amount. So 7, 800s and 900s is probably one where there's a lot more numbers in there. So let's have a look. What have we got? 7, 2, 7, 4s and 7, 8s. So 7, 2, 8 first. Got a couple of different shades in there already. Let's add another. Why not? So I've actually got my 42 bottle case back quite quick, because Megan is using my other one for her A King's Path by Diamond Art Club. She has started it and is loving the squares a lot more. She says they're a lot nicer than her Tinkerbell. So that's good, because especially if you have done a diamond painting that you have maybe struggled with or has not been as enjoyable as maybe some of your others, it's definitely nice to have an enjoyable one after that. Brings the love for diamond painting back a bit more, I think, if you have a really, you know, nice canvas with nice drills to work on. And luckily, the Diamond Art Club one that she's doing does have the nicer drills that sit nicer. Okay, 747. Couple of different shades in there. I think the ones that I've just put in match the ones I have the most of. But for anybody that's wondering, I do still put them together, even if there are different shades. Because after all, the purpose of this spares box is so that they're spares. And that is primarily, even though I do use some for a cross stitch pattern, the primary use of these spares is if I ever have a kit where I run out. Now, you can contact the seller and ask them to send you the diamonds if you run short. You could also ask on, there's often a Facebook group in your own country where people can ask for diamonds if they run out. So if you don't have the number, you can ask others for it. However, some of my diamond paintings have been in my stash for a good few years, 2 to 3 years. In some instances, there might even be ones that have been there for 4 years. So going back to a seller after that amount of time has passed, while it can be done, it's not often as easy, or I definitely don't feel as comfortable going back after that much time has passed since I purchased it. Plus, and that this is probably the primary reason, I'm too impatient to wait for diamonds to arrive. If I'm working on a painting that I've nearly finished, you know, because I do start off with diamonds, so I've nearly finished it and I run out of a certain colour, I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait for a seller to get back to me and send me the diamonds that I'm missing. Whereas if I can just go in my spares, because often if they're missing, if it's not because you've lost them, then often you're only talking less than 20 diamonds that are needed, unless an accident's happened, and in that case it's not the seller's fault. So I would much rather have the diamonds and just be able to grab them. Just grab whatever spares that I need and finish off the painting. And then carry on like it never happened. And not have to wait however many weeks for a seller to send them. Depending on where you get it from, of course. But yeah, much easier. Right, this 900 is getting quite full, so I am going to take these 2 bottles out the end and let my 900s breathe a little bit more. It makes it a little bit easier to pick and pack them, or pick them and pack the diamonds into them. Pick and pack. So yeah, once I've got this dekitted, I say my brother and his wife and the children are coming round this morning. I am filming this on Sunday because we were with them yesterday. We did see them yesterday, and I was babysitting yesterday evening so that my husband and his wife could go out for a meal with friends. So well behaved they were. dream to babysit. So I did get a little bit of diamond painting in yesterday. I took my minis with me. I have a couple of sets of minis on the go. So I got 2 or 3 of those done. And yeah, I feel like that's the first time in a while I've actually managed to get a little bit of diamond painting in. But they are visiting like today. They're out later on this afternoon. But they're visiting today, and then we do have plans tomorrow for most of the day. So if my videos are a little bit sporadic, that is why. Because they get priority while they're in the country. Because soon enough, we'll be missing them greatly when they go back home. So yeah, I will do the whip and chat later on today. And that will be, hopefully that will be up tomorrow. So just a little bit of a reshuffle of things while life is a little bit different at the moment. 996, right at the end, top of the shop. I'm so close to finishing Picasso as well, and I still have not had a chance to sit down and get him finished. He's close. I feel like I've not touched him for a few days. So there'll be the de-kitting of that to come soon enough. But that means I also do get to get another one. Right, this is my box holding my 3000s. So 3 6s, there are not many. I feel like a couple of bottles might need to come out of there as well, maybe. So 3609 is here. Then we've got some 37s, and then we actually don't have any 38s, which is another one. It's a bit like the 700s, there's loads of them. So 3609. And Megan has used the green stickers, which I could have said before even noticing, but she has used the little green diamond stickers. 3746. Green is her favourite colour. So we've got 3746, and then we've not got any new ones today so far. I do have a record in my logbook of all DMC colours, but so far I've already had some in the bag for every colour. So I don't get to add any new ones to my logbook, but there aren't many that I don't have anymore. Most of them have been filled. Thank you to all you guys who did note that I forgot to update my logbook with one when I de-kitted Tinkerbell, I think it was. I did write down the number, and I did update my logbook the other day so that that one was in there as well. Okay, so all the stickers are off. What I need to do now, just to make sure that I finish prepping, so this can go in the bin. Megan didn't use that, is I do need to just use my Goo Gone. Is the bottle going to play nice? It's got a child lock on it. Sometimes it just doesn't want to work. My lint-free cloth that is covered in Goo Gone. And I'm just going to go over. There wasn't much residue left from the stickers, but there is the odd bottle with a little bit, so I'm just rubbing over each one. And if you've got all the sort of backing paper of the stickers off, then I find that Goo Gone is really good at getting the rest of that sticky residue. If you have left some paper backing on your bottles, then I find that Goo Gone might need a couple of goes over. So you might need a bit more because it needs some to soak through that paper layer. And then you can get it off. and then you need to go over it to get rid of the last of the sticky. But I just like to go over all of those, then give it a wipe with the part of my cloth that will have dried from Goo Gone. And there we go. That storage can now be classed as ready to use again. We pop that, it goes on my pegboard right on the top shelf, out of the way, keep it safe. Zip the case up, and that is now ready for whatever the next project that may go in this one. But that is Space mini set, fully dekitted. Thank you so much for joining me while I got this project put away, and yeah, do stay tuned. There will be a whip and chat coming, and I'll waffle through all sorts, give you an update on my heaven and earth design as well, because it is progressing rather nicely. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.